Bless your heart. I don't see hardly how you keep up with all of it, but I will tell you, we have all really enjoyed anything from the newsletters to from seasoned and reading books. Man, this has been a great time because you're always talking about reading and encouraging kids to do that at home. And now they even opened up the library for drive-through, so that's got to be perfect.
Yes, and so exciting. And then we have the University of Kentucky Family and Consumer Sciences extension is offering a 5K in May, and I will share that on our Facebook page later on today. But if you like the University of Kentucky Family and Consumer Sciences extension page, you'll see the information about that. They host a webinar each week. And, of course, the Talking Facts podcast is still going. So we have lots of information out there for you.
Well, I think that's fantastic. I really do. And again, we appreciate all of y'all's hard work because I know that there's a lot of time and energy that goes into all of this, from the Kids Club newsletter to, all of it. I mean, that takes a lot of research and a lot of doing.
Well, we do the best we can.
Well, you do a good job, girl.
Well, thanks.
Well, they're even in the kids one, it says how to use a knife and just little things that are just pretty good tips for parents. When you're talking about cooking with a 6-year-old, I mean, that becomes important.
It can get interesting. That's for sure.
Well, I'm one of those
we
moms.
have fun, though.
Well, I look at them and I'm like, Abby, okay, just give it to me. Let me do it. And she's 16 now. So,
well, I really try not to just take over, but I feel like you can see my face being like, and me trying to hold myself back from being like, okay, it's my turn now. Let me do it.
Yeah, I do.
So I really had to, as I'm teaching all of these tips for cooking with kids, I am practicing these as best as I can.
And again, I want to remind everybody, today is Horticulture Webinar Wednesday. That starts at 1 o'clock. And this week, we're all the way up. We're in our, third week now? So I guess it's perennials for late summer and fall is what today's is. So I wanted to remind everybody about that. And they can log on right there again on your website and on your social media page. And that's a Zoom thing. Have you gotten good at Zoom, Ashley?
I think so. I did a 3.5 hour Zoom for home-based microprocessors yesterday, and it went really well. So I think I've got the hang of it now.
Wow. See, I tried to join a meeting yesterday. It did happen still. I mean, it doesn't matter.
There's always kinks.
I'm looking forward to everything opening so we can have meetings the old-fashioned way, because I need a webinar on doing webinars. I think it is what I need to do. Well, girl, we sure appreciate you hollering at us this morning. Remind us again our big points that we don't need to forget.
Okay, well, it's KEHA Spirit Week, so go to our Facebook page and respond to the prompts. We have, like all of our Facebook pages, like the University of Kentucky Family and Consumer Sciences Facebook page, so that you can get the latest information on the webinars. Don't forget our upcoming cooking challenge and Cooking with Joni Facebook group and our Cook Together, Eat Together group. And if you have any questions, just call me or email me or send me a Facebook message.
That's a lot, because that's a lot to remember. I'll tell you. That's one of those things I always log on because I forget. Even that webinar there a while ago, I was trying to announce it. I'm going to bless my own heart because I was trying to remember. I thought, man, I know that's 1 o'clock, but I hate to say it's 1 o'clock, so I had to log on. But it's really easy to find, and it's right there on the front. And of course, if you don't have the internet thing going, and maybe you're kind of like me, you're technically challenged in some ways, you can always call them again at 365-2787. And of course, Ashley White, we sure do appreciate you, lady.
Thank you.
And keep us updated on all the chop and how that 6-year-old and you are doing, okay?
Oh, we're doing great. We'll post another video probably today. So.
Oh, with this COVID-19 thing, what does that do? Since the businesses are opening, does that do anything for you guys? Are you looking forward to opening soon?
We are. We have not gotten our guidelines or our projected opening. Well, our projected non-limiting access to the public date, because we've never closed. We're just limiting public access, but we do not have our date yet. We are hoping to learn more about that in the next couple of weeks, but I don't have a date for you. But yes, I can tell you that we are looking forward to seeing faces again and really getting back to business as usual.
Well, that'll be fantastic. I hated to throw that
we'll
in on you.
Know.
Okay.
Hey, as soon as we know, you guys will know.
We're trying to be patient, Ashley.
It's hard to do. It's hard to be patient.
I'll tell you, it's kind of like the kid that you tell to sit down, and then after 20 minutes, if they're still there, you kind of feel bad, but you're surprised that they're still there. That's kind of the way I've kind of looked around going, you know what? I'm proud of all of us. Well, for the most part, we've really behaved.
Right. We're just take it one day at a time.
Well, even Sheriff Stan was in here the other day, and I said, you know what? I think we've behaved. He said, you know what? I think we have too, and I'm surprised. And it was great because I think for the most part, everybody's tempers have kind of stayed in check. And, you've got the occasional thing. I think everybody does, especially when you're cooped up. But for the most part, I think everybody's, kind of chilled out and done the best that we could. And I think that that's great as a community when we can say that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you, Miss Ashley White with the Caldwell County Extension Office. And give us that phone number.
270-365-2787.
We sure do appreciate her. And, of course, our Caldwell County Extension Office is with us every single Wednesday, and they keep us updated and help us out, and there's a lot of really helpful stuff on there. Don't get me wrong, there's always a lot of fun stuff there, too, especially when you've got the kids at home. And it's not just little bitty kids. I mean, there are things like learning to use some scissors and knives and different things like that, and kind of safety in the kitchen and what to do with things like that. But then there's also canning tools and all kinds of stuff throughout the year that you can utilize right there on their website and on their social media as well. So make sure you do that. There's even things you can print out and recipes and webinars. And if you don't go over there, and don't get me wrong, it's not just for the kids and mamas. Now, young men and gentlemen, there's also plenty of things on livestock and farming, and even down to buying horse feed for a month. The kind of the guidelines and some helpful information there as well. So check it out. It's the Caldwell County Extension Office. And, of course, if you're picking up one of those grab bags, which I think is so much fun, and we actually got an updated thing from Miss Ashley a minute ago. She says now there's Wally Cat grab bags with the mask, the Wally Cat mask in it. And then, of course, the Chalk It Up is out there, too, so you can pick those up. Chalk It Up is one per family, please. And the Wally Cats are one per child, please. Of course, they are limited amounts of them. They are absolutely free right there on the front porch on Highway 62 West. So make sure you go out there and get it. 365-2787. Now, coming up next on Coffee Talk, we're going to talk to my brother Wesley Curtis. He's going to be up next, so stick around. We're going to see what's going on with him and not only his church, but that Black Patch concert coming up. We're going to get some details on that as well, so stick around.
Shop local, buy local, save big deal.
It's here. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com. Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens and dozens of gift certificates. Some you'll even be able to redeem from your smartphone. Shop and buy 24 hours a day and save a ton of money in the process. Save on oil changes, dining out, haircuts, car washes, and more. Our store never closes, but you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Healthy vision can help keep you safe each day. It's important to take care of your eyes when you have diabetes. Did you know that diabetes can harm your eyes? The good news is that you can take steps to help keep your eyes healthy. Some simple tips to keep your eyes healthy include getting a dilated eye exam at least once a year. Visit your eye doctor right away if you see little black lines or spots that don't go away, any red spots, red fog, have a sudden change in how clearly you see, take longer than usual to adjust to darkness, or have diabetes. Eye diseases are are common among people with diabetes, including retinopathy, cataracts, glaucoma. Some of the diseases have no symptoms and can cause vision loss or blindness if not treated. Have a checklist to keep your eyes healthy, including keep track of and tell your eye doctor about changes in how you see. Talk with your eye doctor about the best way to keep your eyes healthy and keep your blood sugar at a healthy level. If you haven't had an exam in a while, schedule one now. Take care of your eyes and make them last a lifetime. This information provided by Pennyroyal District Health.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
This is Mike Gilkey, proudly serving Princeton, Kentucky and surrounding areas.
WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. Slight chance, itty-bitty chance this morning of some showers rolling in. They should be of the scattered variety and shouldn't last very long if they do show up. That's the good news. And that slight chance is going to end up coming back to haunt us around lunchtime, 1 o'clock, right in that time. That's actually some patchy fog that the National Weather Service is warning us about. Is getting a little thicker than what they thought. That's going to be sitting in right about now. It has been over the last hour and really and truly had more than what we thought. As for sunshine this afternoon, mostly cloudy though, high 69. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 54. Tomorrow, 20% chance of showers early in the afternoon. Should clear up by evening, high 71. On Friday, are you ready? Partly sunny, high 78. Memorial Day, it's going to be a washout, unfortunately, high 85. It is 62 at 848, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Brantley Furniture.
And, of course, on Coffee Talk this morning at 8:48. And I told you it was coming up. It's Brother Wesley Curtis. How are you this morning?
I am great. How about you?
I'm doing better all the time.
Well, that's good.
See, the longer the week goes on, the closer I get to all this fun activities that I get to go out and do. Because we're going to be out and about on location in downtown. And then the new, what used to be Bows and Cleats is now opening up a brand new location here in Princeton as B&C Unique Boutique. And I'm going to be there tomorrow at 9:30. And I'm excited about that because I haven't been able to get out and stretch my legs.
Oh, I understand that. You're not the only one, I guarantee.
Oh, I bet you I'm not. But, you know, that's a fun thing, too, is that this kind of a grand opening thing and on their location here in Princeton. And they got all that neat Caldwell County blue and gold stuff, Wes.
That's what it's all about.
At my house it is, and I'm pretty sure at your house it is, too.
Exactly.
What do you got going on, man?
Oh, got a lot going on, actually. I never thought we would, for 2 months, we would be in a worldwide pandemic and get everything turned upside down.
I don't think anybody saw that coming. That was, even though we even saw some of the signs that it could happen, I don't think in the back of your mind you ever really believe that that's something that's about to happen. It's like I like to live in denial land until I absolutely can't anymore.
Exactly. But yeah, lots of things have been going on. Lots of changes have been, we've been dealing with. So there at Green Grove Baptist Church, we have not been together in 2 months.
Wow.
Because of all this. The last time we were together was March 15th when we had the Perrys there at Green Grove that Sunday evening. That was our last time we were together. And I miss my folks. In the 2 months, I've only seen 5 of my members out in public.
Oh my goodness.
And so, but I have talked and messaged, most of them and keeping in touch that way and stuff. So, but to see face to face, I've only seen 5 and that's been discouraging, but I'm glad to see them and stuff, and I'm looking forward to when we get back together too. So, well,
when's that going to be? Do you know, or have you got kind of a projected opening day schedule in your mind of when you're going to see each other, or at least attempt to?
We are coming back the first Sunday in June. We talked about maybe coming back earlier, but we still trying to get things finalized to follow the guidelines that have been presented to us and stuff. So we thought it was best just to wait till the first Sunday in June, which is June 7th. We're actually going to come back then, just for starting out with just our Sunday morning worship for a little while, and then start adding the Sunday school and Sunday night back together, trying to ease things back in.
Has your congregation pretty well been healthy through this? Have you been blessed enough to kind of?
Yes, we have been blessed beyond measures. None of our members have tested it, positive or had any symptoms and stuff. So I praise the Lord for that, and so we're truly blessed.
Well, I know you've got about as much patience as I do, so I know that you're really happy to see them. But you've done a fantastic job of putting your sermons online too.
Well, I appreciate it. I know some of the ministers, my buddies out there, that's something new to them. But I kind of had a little edge on them in the first place anyway, since I started doing videos back in August of last year and stuff. But I wasn't expecting to do Sunday night and Wednesday nights for 2 months.
I will say, though, that gave you a little practice. I was going to say, you've been doing that for a while. That ain't nothing new for you.
That's right. So I had an edge on the rest of them. So
you know what, though? I think that's fantastic. Are you going to continue to try to do that for, shut-ins and people that just aren't able to get out? I mean, because there is a certain amount of the population that can't get out.
That's right. And yes, we're still going to continue doing that. As long as, the people are interested in it and stuff, When I started the videos, I made a statement saying, I don't want it to be used as a get-out-of-jail-free card. that people wants to, say, oh, we'll watch Wesley and call that our church. Well, we want to see face-to-face. We want to be together and stuff. And I understand with sickness and shut-ins, they can't do that. And so we wanted to give this an opportunity for those to, enjoy like being together and stuff as a church family. So, but yes, we're going to continue doing this.
Well, remind everybody again where Green Grove is at.
Green Grove Baptist Church is located at 33 Green Road there in Providence, Kentucky. We're just about 3 miles from Main Street there in Providence, going between Providence and going towards Shady Grove. We're kind of in that middle.
Well,
there.
You got a pretty new sign out.
We do. We're really proud of our sign. And last Wednesday, I was going over to the church to do Wednesday night, and our sign read, I don't know if everybody's seen it, but it says, that it said that Jesus does not have COVID-19. We can get close to him. It's all we want to.
Oh, I love that.
So, and that's real. It was real encouraging for that. So,
I love reading church signs. There's a whole webpage for, different churches that people have seen and they kind of take a picture of and put on there. And I think that's so neat. I am a big fan of church signs.
Well, we're really proud of our sign, and we're glad it's getting used. That's the main thing.
Well, what else you got going on? I know, of course, the Optimist Club will take your tie off and put your Optimist Club T-shirt on.
All right. Right now, we're still up in the air. We are, as of right now, planning for Black Patch as is. But, things can change like everything else has changed.
What is that saying? Cautiously optimistic.
Yes, we are very we want to make sure, we're going to be able to do this. I know we're probably going to have to listen to our local officials to kind of get a layout and stuff. So as of right now, we're still planning on having it that Saturday in September, September 12th, which means we're still planning on having the gospel singing as well. Now, if things change, then we're going to have to change too, meaning that either our singing will have to be pushed to a later date, or we just might have to hold off till next year to do it. So,
is it, kind of up in the air, even if we would say we go ahead full steam and just expect to do so with the concert? Are some of the artists actually, I mean, is that up in the air whether or not they're even going to be available?
Well, lucky for us, because we have a contract, and I have talked with their agents to kind of get a plan together that they are going to work with us. If we have to move it to next year, that they understand that, because this is something new to all of us, not just for the music folks, but for everyone. So the plan is, right now that we're scheduled for September 12th at First Baptist there at 6 o'clock. Now, if it changes to have to move it to a later date, they will do that. We'll just, look at a date that's going to work for them, and then we'll have it maybe later on in the year or something. Now, if there's no date, then we'll just have to hold off till next year. The good thing is we've already have a deposit down on this, so our deposit is safe. We won't have to pay another deposit, so that's a good thing.
Well, and I love that, because that's one of the things that I want people to understand is that when we talk about, at Black Patch, our little Black Patch has grown. And when we talk about bringing these artists in, we're not talking about no contract, y'all come on out and see us kind of, groups. These are contracted artists that are coming in, and it's not as easy as maybe what it sounds to get them here.
That's right.
And then now, maybe, with everything up in the air, it's really a lot of juggling.
It is. And, we just have to, wait and see, because we've already had a lot of booth rentals that has already come in the last, I say back since March, I believe, is what George informed us with the last time we met.
Wait. I want you to say that again, because it sounds so good to me. Go ahead.
We've had a lot of booth rentals already since March coming in that wants to come to Princeton.
I love that.
And and that's wonderful for us, but now we're kind of have to wait closer to time to make a decision to see and stuff. We're kind of also looking at a couple of events that's going to be taking place before ours, like the quilt show there in Paducah. It's going to be taking place that first Saturday of Labor Day weekend. The Derby's rescheduled then. If those get canceled, then we're in probably the same situation that we're going to have to cancel. So,
it's smart to kind of see, kind of gauge what's going on and just say wait and see, and see how other things go before, we make a in concrete decision that we can't get out of.
Exactly. So, but basically that's where we're at right now. We're still on, and we're still taking donations for the singing and stuff. We got a little in before the pandemic hit. I know a lot of churches have been out and not been able to meet and stuff. So I just wanted to let everybody know that we're still in need of donations to have the singing and stuff. So,
and I want to encourage everybody too, because if something was to happen, and God forbid nothing, I don't want anything to happen. But if the worst come to worst and we couldn't have it, I don't want people to think that they want to wait to the last second to make sure we're having it so that the funds, are not for nothing. I don't want you to think that either. I mean, one way or the other, they're either going to be used or we'll make arrangements, right?
Exactly. If we have to wait to move it later on in the year, the funds will still be there. If we have to wait till next year, those funds are going to be there. We have an account set up, so it's going to be in an account, not to be touched. It'll be set. So
Well, Brother Wesley Curtis, if you're just joining us, of course, Brother Wesley Curtis is also the president for our local Optimist Club here in Princeton. Is it Caldwell County or Princeton?
It's Caldwell County.
Okay. I always get the two. I usually say it the wrong way. So I wanted to make sure that I had it right. It's Caldwell County. Of course, anyway, we're talking about our gospel singing downtown during Black Patch this year. I was so excited to hear you say that we've already got booth rentals that are coming in and people signing up because they want to be a part of it. And that just tells me that Black Patch has grown as we knew it did, and it's going to continue to. So I think that's amazing.
Yes, we're excited about it.
Well, thank you so much. We sure do appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate y'all and appreciate what the radio stations do to get information out and stuff. And I'll share this a little bit with Green Grove. We do have a concert scheduled for the latter part of June. That's still up in the air, too. We may try to do it, but do it a little bit different. We may have a drive-in concert.
Oh. You know, they're doing this, and I've even heard, we were talking earlier during the show about what they're calling the pod concerts, where you get into little pods of groups, little itty-bitty ones.
Yeah.
It's basically the people you rode with when you come over there. You sit in your pod, basically. And
Exactly.
that's something that's new, and I hey, let's be creative.
Yes. So we may do that. We just have to. It's one of those things, weather permitting, and stuff. I mean, if we have to have it inside, we'll have to limit numbers because of the guidelines for capacity right now. So, or we may have to reschedule. So, closer to time, we'll let everyone know. I'll have information on my Facebook page and on our church Facebook page as well, and I'll let everyone know there at the station and stuff. And we do appreciate the station. We really do for helping get the word out.
We love you. Of course, it is graduation week in Caldwell County, and we got a lot of festivities going on here at WPKY Princeton. And what kind of advice? Now, you're alumni, you're FFA alumni, you're Caldwell County Ag Department alumni. I mean, you've been here forever. What kind of advice do you have to our seniors?
Well, I always tell seniors to enjoy the moment. Because when they cross that stage on Friday night, they're getting ready to become a new journey in their life. And so I always tell them to enjoy it and experience it. And then, because after that, there's no turning back and stuff, but a bright future ahead. And the class of 2020 has been through a lot. None of them would have ever thought that all this would be going on when they're graduating and stuff. So, but our motto is once a tiger, always a tiger. And so, when they become graduates, they're always going to be a tiger. And so, and we're just proud of the seniors and congratulate them and wish them the best.
Well, to speak for, the Optimist Club and his Caldwell County alumni, could you pray for our seniors and our graduating class this morning, and we'll leave it with that?
Absolutely. Let's pray. Father, I want to thank you for today. Thank you for this opportunity to come and share information, Lord, but also just stop and pray for our seniors and those that are graduating this week, Lord. We just thank you for them. We ask you to watch over them, that you lead them and guide them in their new journey as they begin to this very soon, Lord. Thank you for all you've done for us. Just watch over us, lead us, guide us. We ask this in your name. Amen.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
This is Mike Gilkey, proudly serving Princeton, Kentucky and surrounding areas.
Big
Have you been to Big Deal Store yet? Go to WPKYOnline.com and click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. The other day, I redeemed a gift certificate on my smartphone. It was so easy. Thanks to Loyal Listener Big Deals, I found new places to eat, have fun, take the family out, and get my car fixed. With Loyal Listener Big Deals, you can save money and try new businesses. Go to WPKYOnline.com. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton. And of course, we've been actually so blessed to be able to talk to our seniors in the last couple of weeks leading up to graduation. Of course, graduation is this Friday, and we've been calling it the Senior Spotlight, and I've enjoyed it so much. And this morning, we have a young man by the name of Noah Helfenstein. How are you?
I'm doing pretty all right. How about yourself?
I'm good. It ought to be a good week for you, man. It's graduation.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you looking forward to it, or are you, now that it's here, you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait. Oh, I want to graduate, I want to graduate, I want to graduate. And then you get there and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait. So which is it? Are you just can't wait, or were you wishing you had just a little more time?
I'm torn because, I want to graduate because I'm very excited for college and moving on. But at the same time, that means I have to start being an adult. That's a little scary.
Uh-oh. Adulting is a lot scary. I will say that. I'm still not good at it, and I've been at it for a while, bud. When you talk about college, what college are we going to? Where are we going?
University of Pikeville. Over there in the mountains.
Oh, I don't blame you on that one. You talk about a view. What was the most striking thing about that college when you went and visited? Have you been there?
I have visited once.
So what did you think? What was your favorite thing about that college?
Just the size of the college. It wasn't very big. It was very close-knit. And it seemed like when I was walking through, everybody knew everybody. And it just seemed like an environment I wanted to learn in.
Very Princeton, Caldwell County kind of atmosphere where everybody kind of knows everybody, huh?
Mm-hmm.
See, certainly. I love that because I think it's so endearing because I think it everybody kind of helps each other. There's a sense of community, and if you're going to leave Caldwell, it's nice to think about you going somewhere that's similar at least, huh?
It is.
So you reached a pretty, I would be pretty proud of myself, a designation for your graduation and your senior year. Can you tell us about that?
So I'd like to think that I was one of the class salutatorians this year, and I think that's a huge honor. But I think coming to Caldwell and going through and getting to meet the people I met and working with those who I met was also the honor that I ended up experiencing even before and leading up to graduation.
Wow. Now that's a pretty big statement there, Noah. So tell us where you come from.
So when I came to Caldwell, I came as a junior in high school, and I didn't know anybody, didn't know any of the teachers. I came in completely blind and had to jump in, get both feet wet at the same time. And getting to meet, the ag department and in the science department, history department, math department, all the teachers being so helpful and kind of helping me get through my classes when I had questions or helping me find new passions with like the ag department and the FFA. I was convinced that was right for me, and then I came into it and I realized this was my other school family. I came to FFA and I realized that I still have friends that have graduated or I've met in camps and competitions that are counties away, and I still talk to them on a almost daily basis. So
I'm going to tell you, you're right down my alley there, kiddo. The ag and FFA, that's my old stomping grounds over there. So I don't blame you.
So I just think that those teachers, I may have only been here for 2 years, getting to know and work with the teachers and the students at Caldwell has honestly been an honor that I couldn't get anywhere else.
Bless your heart. You are adorable. I'm telling you. So even though you've only been here a couple of years, is there one teacher that just really stands out to you? The one that said, that one made a difference right there?
And now I have to make the decision. It's been hard because I've had some that are certainly fun. Like, I remember I've had Mr. York for a couple years now, and he has always made class interesting. I have to say, it's always been fun times in his classroom. But I had my junior year, I had Miss Barnes from biology, and she always made that class interesting. It was always fun. There was never a day that wasn't fun.
See, I love hearing that. I think you learn more when you're having fun, when you're enjoying sitting there in that class, when you look forward to going. I think you learn better.
Absolutely. It's what keeps you looking forward to the next day, even if it's a Monday.
So talk about these freshmen that are coming up. I've asked every single one of you all, these seniors, and I'm telling you, I love your answers because it's so... it's almost shocking because you guys are talking when you're so knowledgeable, and the wisdom that you have to share sometimes can surprise all of us as adults because we still see you as our babies. You know, you're not grown adults yet. You're all still our babies. And you're not necessarily babies anymore. And I don't think any of us want to admit that. But if you could look back, I know you weren't here as a freshman, that you come in later on, but if you could look back at some of the freshmen that are about to take that first step through the doors as high schoolers, knowing what you know now that you didn't know back then, what advice would you give to that freshman? What do you wish someone would have told you?
The best thing I can tell them is just be adaptable. You might think you know how high school is going to go and how your life's going to pan out, but you really don't. So what's normal now is not going to be normal in 6 months or 3 years. So things are going to change, and just be adaptable and go with it, and you might find out your new favorite thing.
Now there's a word for you, adaptable. That's why you're salutatory. You know that.
Yes, ma'am.
You got any study tips?
Honestly, the best study tip is hunker down and do it. There's no real way to get around studying through high school, especially in the classes that nobody wants to study for, like any math class. So sometimes you just have to hunker down and study until you've got it in your head.
My dad, we used to, I didn't want to do. I was one of those kids that didn't have a very long attention span, and surprise, surprise, I still don't. But my dad, I'd say, I don't want to. And he would say, but what's your option?
Your options are study or fail.
Right. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, when they look at you and go, yeah, okay, what's your option? We sure do appreciate you, and for giving us a holler this morning and talking to us. By any chance, did you submit a song for our playlist that we're going to be playing during the graduation parade?
I do not believe I did.
Okay. I've been asking that too. Like, I want to know which one are you responsible there for? It's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, we're playing your playlist that the senior class votes on, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're really looking forward to it. And make sure that you wave at us when you go by, because we're going to have the cameras on you when you go by the station, okay?
Absolutely.
Thanks
so
much
for having me on this morning.
We are so proud of you, and congratulations to you and your family. And boy, you are a very intelligent and insightful young man, and we sure are proud for you to become Caldwell alumni.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks so much. Of course, Noah Helfenstein, he is a salutatorian for the Caldwell County class of 2020. And again, they're going to be graduating on Friday. I know that they had some practice this morning, too. So they're getting it all warmed up for us. And hopefully we're going to get everything all lined out, and it'll go smooth as silk, and I'm sure it will. Don't forget to plan to line up around town as they parade through, because we want to really give them a big send-off, as only the Caldwell County Tigers can do, okay? Of course, that parade's going to start at about 5:30, winding around through town. So make sure that you be a part of that, because you don't want to miss it. Hey, Coffee Talk has been fun. Again, if you've got anything you need on community calendar, maybe you've got birthdays and announcements that you would, maybe an anniversary that you want on, all you have to do is email any of that information to us at wpkyonline@gmail.com.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Your local McDonald's wants you to know that they're ready to serve you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They've always had